We are Boom Radio.
It's Silas, the marvelous producer.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Boom Bar. My name is Omin Shalaruja.
Hi, hello, everybody.
Mr. Hugo. AKA Daddy. It's a new year. Don't join me.
Bob Daddy, Bob Daddy, Bob Daddy.
Bob Daddy. The home is getting to. So apparently we have a technical issue that we know how to handle. You know. So at the moment, just ignore it. You can swing the microphone your way.
The very moment you address me, this is my
It's
name.
Silas, the marvelous
Don't worry, this will go.
Okay. Bob Daddy, how are you?
This is good.
Well, I know what you meant by that, but of course, it's the Boom Bar. Don't mind us. It's all about banter. We banter a lot. So, of course, that we right to say is music, sports, entertainment, and everything
In between.
In between can be Bob Daddy being Bob Daddy. You never can tell. In between can be Bob Daddy adjusting the microphone to himself alone, forgetting that Wasiu is there.
Actually, I think, okay.
Yeah, you can swing
No,
it.
you can swing
You
it
can
to
swing
yourself
what you want.
as
Yeah,
much
fine.
as you.
Swing both ways.
Oh my
Don't
God!
swing.
Seriously.
Swing both ways. That's interesting.
You know?
He's back. He's back. That's all I have to
Did he
say.
ever leave? Did he ever leave? He was always there. It's just like he's crawled out of God knows what hole your Mikuku has been in.
What
And
hole?
yes, yeah, he has a way of crawling into. Oh my God! Well, this is PG-13 or PG-16. You know, but thank God you're not even saying it. You're just that one's okay.
I have
You know,
nothing to
but,
say.
but the thing about it is that it's a funny world, it's a changing world,
Yeah.
and the things that you could say a few years ago,
You can't say anymore freely.
Same words, different meaning. Same spellings or mnemonics or abbreviations. Things have changed. An entire sporting federation, a global sporting federation, had to change its name because they had a name logo, the WTF. The WTF had to change because WTF means something
Yes,
different now.
Why?
They had to because WTF actually means something else in the world we live in now. What the F? So for a sporting federation, they had to change.
Okay, so how do you pronounce F-O-R-K?
Yes, it's a utensil that you use when you want to eat. So you have your spoon, your fork, and your knife.
How do you pronounce it? That's what I have.
Fork.
Fork.
Yes.
Not the one
No,
with the
it's actually fork.
that you are used to.
Okay, at this point we're moving on. Moving on, because I don't even understand at this point what you people are planning.
That's
Anyway.
what she said.
We bid everybody a warm welcome. It's a brand new week. It's been a very interesting weekend. Very, very interesting weekend. From people that they beat silly. They beat some people. They beat you.
It's not about sports federation elections. It's about boxing.
Where did that even come from?
That's where his mind went to.
Now, Shola is in my mind. so you can be rest assured that whatever I'm saying, he's saying it out.
I know
He's in my mind.
Okay. What I was referring to, I don't know what you people are talking about. What I was referring to was this uncle. The way
Deontay Wilder.
Deontay Wilder. They beat that guy. Am I the only one that feels that AJ should not move close to that Tyson Fury?
One thing is this.
Boxing is funny.
Very, very funny. That's it. You see, it was a period that we had someone called George Foreman.
Take it to the 70s, yeah.
George Foreman was nobody dared to.
George Foreman is
Not even the smoking joke.
present day Tyson Fury.
Exactly. Nobody dared to. And people were like so sad for Muhammad Ali that don't dare this guy. Now Muhammad Ali, they took the fight to rumble in the jungle, the old Congo. And you can't believe it. Everybody felt like Ali was going to die. Because then, just with the left hook of George Foreman, you're gone. You just go flat. Even with the Frazier, so the listing, all of them. Nobody dared him. But Ali adopted a method from the soft side of the boxing angle and tactics. And what happened? So I don't want to believe that AJ will be on a suicidal mission. I can tell you that, you see, he can actually adopt something that we will not even
that's his tactics. So when you think about it,
That's your me being very
technical.
yes, and because when you see the gray hair, you understand that
It's wisdom.
But I don't know what Wasil thinks about look, the fact that we have like some sort of a 70s boxing situation, heavyweight boxing situation again. Because there was Joe Frazier, George Foreman, like he pointed out, and Muhammad Ali, and there are a couple of other guys on the fringes too that were actually very good. But it was about these three guys, Sonny Liston and all of them. But now we have AJ. We have
Who just got bitten?
Deontay Wilder. We still have him. We have Tyson Fury. Now there are a couple of other guys. There's William White, who is now the mandatory for Tyson Fury for the WBC belt. We have Usyk, who reminds you of a typical crossover boxer, someone who has left the lower weight, steps up into heavyweight, from cruiserweight, and undefeated as a cruiserweight. He's a pugilist. Like he's always going at it like 1-2-1-2, like basic. The guy sticks to the basic boxing system and all of that, and that's why he beat AJ. I don't think AJ was ready for him. I don't think AJ was ready for that style of boxing. Now we have him. He has all the bets, apart from the one that Fury has. So the gist, you see it on social media, on the streets, everybody's talking about it. If Tyson Fury could do this to Wilder 3 times, because even that first fight that they said was a draw, let's be honest with ourselves, Fury won that fight. That was the first of the trilogy that was declared a draw, was actually a victory for Fury in my own books.
So are you thinking AJ should not attempt to find
It's trick.
Can we check VAR?
It's late now. It's late now. Yeah.
Oh God.
So do you think that it's the scenario that Yomi painted of AJ still getting his belts back from Usyk and doing the unifier with Fury if Fury can beat White? Or do you think AJ, if the people beat Wilder like this, no triumph? People are saying, that's what people are saying actually.
Yeah, for me, I think AJ will have learned some things. And think if he has this time around, he has to go with strategy. So for him, I think what Yomi said will actually play in that. AJ will have his tactics how to study, like you said, the way Ali do. Ali has a way of absorbing and waking you, trying to now come back to punch. So AJ might have that kind of strategy, like I said. I think for me, I don't want to write off AJ. I think AJ should be up to that.
Then more than
That's after he beats Usyk though.
Yeah.
then
That's
more
if
than
he
that,
does.
everybody, full of Shagamu, consult with the shrine.
What happened 2 weeks ago?
Wait,
Okay, they were sleeping.
The fight went
They slept
like
off.
they were unprepared.
Yeah, he called them.
Wow.
Before you consult the Orisha, you need to give some certain
So he didn't.
stations.
He didn't.
No, it has to take some days.
And so he didn't then, Abi. So he's going to do it now.
That one is even in the past.
Because
Let's
the
go for-
conversation is that's even if he actually ends up beating Usyk again. Then we can be having a conversation about beating Tyson Fury or not.
the alale that allowed him to come back the last time.
Oh God. Alright. Anyway.
For those of you who do not speak,
One beating twice shy, so I think he will come out with that.
He's been beaten twice now.
for those of
So
you
what
who do not speak
happened?
Yoruba,
No, on the side of it once. Not twice.
I'm just saying.
so the alale that Yomi and Wasiu are referring to.
We shall wait. Anyway, I
that
want
was-
to ask. Are you saying that this Alale too did not work when they beat Efe Ajagba as well?
See, the Akuleyo is always different.
Wow.
So we need to also know.
You know why I like him? You really cannot box him into a corner. He always has something to say.
And isn't it interesting that we're talking about boxing? You can't box him into a corner.
Okay.
But you know, people who are slippery like him, there's a style. We use the rope a dope for them, you know.
So, for the first
Or the
time,
bob and
as
weave.
Efe Ajagba has had his unbeaten rule, the very first time now, he has been beaten. Very, very beaten.
That's what boxing is.
Very, very beaten.
That's the thing. Somebody must be beating.
There's still a likelihood of him coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Because I strongly believe that sometimes when you get to that stage fright, you know, it also.
It was a big fight. It was a core major fight alongside this one because it was for the continental belt.
Of course, but then, inshallah, stage fright can take over.
Yeah, I'm trying to actually play up what you said. That people would have thought, oh, it wasn't a title fight. It was. What people didn't understand was that. But you know, it's as a Nigerian and someone who actually likes boxing, it hurts me when I see this kind of fights. That if he has more potential than what we saw at the weekend, you know, he's always been a power hitter. He's the kind of guy that won't go the distance with you. He's ready to knock your lights out in the first or second or third round, you know.
Sometimes,
But he came across a total boxer in Sanchez. This guy is very, very good. In fact, Fury, AJ should be afraid of people like Sanchez.
yeah, but you also know something about Sanchez is that he's a product of a country that's putting a lot of resources into boxing all the time. And he just started to come into professional boxing after on the wings of Liberty of the Super. So, Efe hasn't done bad, to be honest. Having the opportunity of facing this Cuban guy also gave him an idea of his strength,
It's silence.
the weight of his strength, and the level he is. And then it's not also unlikely that the tactics from the winning side also affected him. For someone who is always like a strong puncher, they try to conserve his energy. They also try to hold him back from not letting off some of his defenses. You know, Cubans naturally hit very hard. So in a quest for that, because you know, when you're defending, you're very vulnerable. When you're attacking, you can also be very vulnerable.
Yeah.
But the good thing about attack is that you can actually take your chances, and the right combinations can actually give you the victory.
Yeah.
So I think somehow I hope he doesn't go the way of Joe Lassisi after that Virgin Bill fight, and then that was the end.
Yeah,
You know.
I don't think he will. You see that he has a good management and he's not based here and all of that. But we're still staying with issues at the weekend, and we're talking sports at the moment. Efe Ajagba, AJ, Fury, Wilder, and the rest of them. It gladdened my heart when I saw the video of Efe Ajagba sparring with Tyson Fury. It was actually the one that Fury used to prepare for Wilder. It was the person that he fought with, you know, sparred with, to prepare, which shows how good Efe is.
Yeah, how powerful, like you said, he's a power boxer. Yeah. So how powerful, he actually used it to prepare.
Yeah, very much. Yeah. So his prospects are still.
They're still good. Okay. Moving on from boxing. And moving back home to the people that they decided to have sense, or more like, in his words, they did their sacrifice early enough, so it finally paid off. After spending all the money and all the fanfare and seriously embarrassing themselves in Lagos here, they decided to at least have a little bit of sense. Because I'm sorry, I'm not impressed.
The Super Eagles.
I'm not impressed.
The Super Eagles
redeemed themselves.
I'm not impressed.
The Super Eagles hurt me personally. A record, you know, I just said records are meant to be broken, but not Cote d'Ivoire Republic, or what are those people called again?
Central African Republic. This is discrimination. Oh, those girls, those under 20, they beat them like it was not here.
Oh man, away.
It was an aggregate of 11-0.
Majorly home-based team, yeah. And I look at times.
And then you come here, then are you kidding?
Yomikuku knows about coaching more than I do. I'm not going to argue with him, but I'm going to say what I want to say now. I would have played CAR with home-based players. Drop microphone.
Why? Well, the ones that it's not the same ones that went to that they've been playing all over, and then the ones that they beat like it's not tomorrow.
I actually share the same sentiments. Everybody, it's not that CRT. Don't even have the quality of.
So how did Nigerian team get beaten?
Well,
how?
The fact is that Nigeria is also declining.
Were they
accepting it
better before?
So,
were they better
when you're
before?
declining, and some people are saying that you're just negative in your analysis and assessment every time, you're in denial. And so we're going to be experiencing CSR.
Oh my God! You too, CSR. Wow! You both are just.
Seeing countries like Central African Republic coming to embarrass Nigeria.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to buttress from that point is that there is a need to totally overhaul the technical department of Nigerian football.
Yeah, I agree.
It has to be given a direction. Listen, whatever name you call it, Genadro has been here for more than 5 years. It took
Time to
Clemens
go.
Westerhoff not up to 5 years before he had the same
World beaters, a team of world beaters.
It took him less than 5 years. He came to Nigeria when Nigeria lost out on route to Italia 90 against Cameroon. And that was when he started building the team. First from the ECOWAS Cup in Lagos, where he was able to bring in top quality home-based players, Habata Ninjeku, Uche Okechukwu, Isaac Salitoje. You know, you can go on and on, the backup brothers and all of them. And he kept on trying them.
Yeah, Tefa and Moses.
Yeah, both of them. So, and Dr. Latishi at some point, you know, Clemens Westerhoff brought in more than 100 players.
Yeah, about 90-something players.
Wow.
Over a period.
Yeah, over a period of 3-4 years before we were able to arrive at that golden generation. Tell me who this guy has brought. He can't bring it in. The other day they brought in one player that they're now saying is number one. From the 4th tier of German football, you made him number one and all that. Listen, see, the way they're running this thing is not like that. And that's what we've been saying. Is the technical department of the NFF functional? If they're functional, what are they doing? How are they developing the department? How are they supporting them? How are they helping the growth of Nigerian coaches? Because before you can ever think of having super quality players, you need to support the development of the depth of the player, of the coaches here in Nigeria. Bad teachers don't bring forth good students. It is just an easy math. 1 + 1 is equal to 2.
Yomi Kuku.
Yeah.
Supporting you 110%. Did we even scout this team? They play friendly games, and they play 2 competitive games before playing Nigeria. Did we scout them? Did our players even know who they are playing? Did they have videos? Did they analyze these games before playing them? We went into that game blind. And a little bit arrogant. Thinking, it's car. We will drive them. We will just drive them. You know?
And when car can't drive bus.
Come, they jam us. Car jam me.
They finally decided to wake up. I'm like, oh.
Jam police.
Police jam dog. Dog jam
Mama throw away.
Oh my god. Anyway,
Jojo, Joseph.
still talking about it, the 28-year-old Ahmed Musa, 28.
Yeah, you're older than him,
28.
Is
he not married like the 3rd time?
Yeah, he started marrying early now.
20. Anyway.
Yeah, anything wrong in anybody?
No.
Contest about that, don't worry.
It's only bad if it's a girl that you're forcing into early marriage.
No.
But once someone is 18, I think they are of marriageable age. In my own book, because your law says something different.
Anyway.
Isn't this today International Girls' Day or Girl Child Day or something?
He said so.
Today? They said so, Abi. Okay. Alright. You were saying something about.
Anyway, the 20 has finally gotten the 100th Nigerian cap. I know that a few weeks ago there was a little bit of controversy about how it was 98 and it wasn't 100. Anyway, it's finally played 100 games for Nigeria right now. And still talking about the weekend, the international break. France beat Spain. And Mbappe was Mbappe. Yeah.
You know, for me, one of the highlights of the French journey is what happened at the Euros and how a player like Mbappe was saying whatever. And a few days ago, Karim Benzema, who should have taken a penalty, picks the ball up and hands it to Mbappe. Says some things into his ear and says, go and give it to them. That was very symbolic. Symbolic in the sense that the guy actually understood what it was. And he came out to acknowledge it. And Benzema also said why he did it. Because at times, as fans, as analysts, we fail to realize that these guys are human too. And the things that you say to them, the things you say about them, they hate. And it gets to them.
Yeah.
Yes, the praise will make their head swell. But okay, what do you think the negative words will do?
Will do as well.
Deflate a lot of people. So, I think DJ Deschamps, I think the entire French football team are doing something amazing with how they bounce back from negative games and results and everything. And it is well deserved. You know, they played a good game and the results definitely reflect exactly what should have happened, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you. But the story of France's consistency started in 1999 when they failed to make it to the US 94 World Cup.
Yeah.
No, Italia 90.
Italia 90.
And US 94 as well. You know, back to back, we were unable to go to the
They have to rebuild.
Yeah, they started doing a lot of things. They came up with a national camp in Cleveland, and from there they started building like a whole generation of new players. Listen, it's your home, it's children who are from like neighborhoods that are challenged that will play this game. And then there was an increasing number of children of migrants. It's the Paris suburb, the young places like Ajaccio, also in Metz and all those cities. So they went in all tasted victory, they don't want to let go. It's not like they tasted victory and relaxed. They started building on it. Everything they were working on it. So they knew how to transit from the player system to the coaching system. Deschamps was the captain of the team in 98.
Yeah, he was.
And look at how he transited into. So where's the transition in Nigeria? You don't have a transition plan.
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
nothing.
It's
The only thing you do is that you wake up every morning and say, God, let us win. God doesn't play football.
No
That thing
thank
we
you.
need to still get it removed from everybody's head.
Every time you call God,
Yeah.
and the other thing.
As in, and the other, I think
What do you
like
think God is gonna
against,
God is not
is
God
God
doesn't
against
listen. He
those
don't
people?
God will say, okay, guys, I don't hear you. I don't hear you. Go and play.
Go and play. So
So they must prepare.
they have
Somebody
to
must
prepare.
prepare.
At the
And
end,
then, you see, don't look up. The very moment the Nigerian Football Federation made a choice of recruiting the biggest numbers of invitees from diaspora, that was the first mistake. Leave it, either you take it or leave it. The best time of Nigerian football was homegrown. They had maybe 2, 3, 4 players who also came
Yeah,
from
in those
abroad.
days when John
Look at US
Chidozie
94 for
John
instance.
Chidozie will come.
Yeah, Chidozie will come, Tunde Bamidele will come. Stefan
Sheku Banjo.
Shegun Banjo,
Yeah, 3, 4 players.
Yeah, very fun. What's this guy's name? Emeka YGOP. You know, all of them, they were just coming sparingly and sparingly. But now, a player rejected by a certain country, the next thing is your federation president jump on the next plane and is going to go and take pictures and he will begin to plead with them to come and play. I don't subscribe to that. They are very good players.
Are you saying, Yomi, because we need to be fair, fair is fair, are you saying that, for instance, our children who are not here and they are good enough to play for the Eagles should not be invited?
Invite them, let them compete.
on a
At the
fair,
same level,
on the fair
yeah,
grounds,
level
yeah.
playing ground.
Not
Level
just
playing
because
ground.
you are an
Listen.
international, I guess.
Remy Moses was playing for Manchester United.
Yeah.
He was one of their best players.
Yeah.
But you know what scared him off? There was an institution called Mudalawa. He dared not. He would never have displayed him.
And he was playing for Man United
No way
that
we-
time.
There was no
He
way
ate
we
it.
displaced
There
them
was
with
no
Big
way.
Man. Because
Let us also get something. Efan Ekoko came and we had Amokachi. We had Yekini.
Yes.
We had, look at the team.
Evan knew that he had to fight.
Yeah. But now,
But he was based abroad.
Yes.
but now, they had to go and
You remember Ruben Agbola?
God bless you.
Ruben.
Ruben Angola too. But now they have to go and lobby a 4th division goalkeeper to play for Nigeria in a top A-class match to be able to get him into a super team and then co-opt him into the national team. Then if you've given that opportunity to such a player, then every player in Nigeria deserves that.
Deserves that.
That's
Yeah.
my own point.
Level
Believe
playing
it,
field.
either he's Maduka Okeye or whatever, I don't have anything against anybody. But if you give him that privilege, then everybody deserves it. A player with MFM deserves it. Everybody does. Because he was basically playing the 4th tier of German football. And he was not even regular in his team.
So what would you say?
So what are we
Because-
talking about?
I'm going to play the devil's advocate here.
Please do so. I know you're a devil. But be his advocate, you're allowed.
Okay, so what would you say about the fact that some of the home-based players have been part of the system, the process, played a couple of games with the La Liga team that was invited, Atletico Madrid, traveled for 1 or 2 friendlies, then played Mexico in America a few weeks ago, a
Yeah.
few months ago. What would you say to that? Is it not a way of blooding them and exposing them also and trying to build up an home-based team that will stand as the Chan B for the local tournaments?
You know the good thing about all this is that there's a template on the ground. You don't have to invent new things. And I'm going to come to that point. Nigeria played the ECOWAS Cup and we lost in Lagos. No win. 1989. Nigeria played our first game against Algeria at Algiers 19. We lost by 5-1 with the same home-based players and all that.
Yeah.
But you see, there was a coach with a vision, with a direction, and he knew what he wanted.
That same tournament,
Yeah.
we made it to the final.
To the finals.
final.
To the finals, I remember.
They now scored only 1 goal against us. We
From the
almost
same
equalized.
Algerian
The
team.
same Algerian team.
Wow.
We made that.
We held them at their half.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that it was. I think it was.
Okay, we are old.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I would
exactly.
But you know one thing?
That was 1990. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes, that was
that was Algiers 90 now.
Algiers,
Algiers,
yes,
Uh,
of course.
Okay, at this point,
We're
can
not
we?
the
What
90
we're
fans
saying
that
is
we
that
know.
either we like it or not, either we like it or not, whatever that humanity has invented today started off from somewhere,
Yeah.
and it built on it.
And
Today
there's
you're
a
talking about,
process.
yeah, there's a process
that you must follow to
you have
get
to follow.
results.
So the template is there. So the first thing is that there was a league. There was a league that was thriving. People were going to watch those football matches. There was a Flash Flamingos.
Yeah.
There was NMB. There was ACB.
And
There was superstars.
Then
All of them. They were all
Nigerian
playing.
league was something-
functional.
It was functional.
So today, what kind of league do you have? Where one coach is hold like 11 months salaries, 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. He moves to another club, and that club is also owing him. He's complaining in the papers. But you know the funny thing? That club he left, he will still come back.
Yeah. 4 years after.
4 years after.
Okay.
And then show
Then they'll buy one to
what
Kubota
about
for
that?
him.
What about that factor of tactical?
I have
Factor
that.
of tactical. You know what I mean?
Do we want to talk about
No, please don't. Please don't. We're moving on. We're moving on. Thank you.
it? I mean, one day we have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Everybody knows, but they just don't know.
No what?
You know how bad tactical is?
It is something you need to explain.
There was a club that I was close to one time, and one of the players, after they had lost, was like, why didn't the coach, why didn't the GM,
Yeah.
why did the GM do tactical now? A player talking about tactical. We'll discuss it some other time. You know,
Okay, I don't know what that is. I'm not sure I want to find out.
if you're just joining us, it is the Boom Bar. We have the drinks, we have the gist. The men are in the building. All the men are here.
Okay, moving
All
on.
the women are
Gentlemen of the press, Abi.
yeah, we
Have you
are-
ever heard of gentlewomen of the
That's
press?
very
women.
sexist, though. Moving on. We're not
Okay.
going to have that conversation.
Okay,
today.
let's come to the new generation and say the XYZ are here.
What?
The X, the plus, them,
Please.
we are, they.
Moving on.
No, no,
Moving
no,
on.
No. With the world we live in now, some people will tell you that they are they. That you don't. You
Oh
can't
yeah, you
address them
pronounce,
as-
yeah. You can't address them as her or he.
Or
I'm
he.
they.
They are they.
How people introduce themselves. Hi, my name is so and so. My pronouns are his and her.
He's and her or we.
Everybody will
And
be
my
alright.
names are.
Ah.
Everybody will be alright.
And we'll all be
Black
alright
man.
at the end of
My
the day.
names are.
I'm talking of very young children. I'm sure that you people would have seen a video that had been going around. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. I'm not sure now. Where
You have
a
data.
so-called you do
We will
because
buy
I saw
data-
your
we will buy
tweet.
data for you.
I saw your tweet that
We will-
yesterday.
we
So
will
you
buy data-
have
We will buy data for you.
where in a particular Arabic school. It was this morning I found out that it was actually in Kwara. Surprisingly, I'm not surprised it's in Kwara though, but story for another day. But
Okay.
where in Islamic
At a madrasa, which is
yeah, it's
what
an
we call
Islam-
in Nigeria,
Ilekeu.
southwest Nigeria, we call it Ilekeu, and Ile means house, and Keu means the Quran. So it's the
Basically
house
an Arabic
of where
school.
children learn how to read and study the Quran.
How it was said that some of these students went to a
birthday
party, went to a birthday party, and it was alleged that they had alcohol.
Which they did not,
Even if they did,
which they actually didn't.
She already said it was alleged.
it was alleged, yeah. Even if they did,
But I'm even confirmed.
you understand?
It's based on
Even if they
information
did,
available to us.
let's even be honest. Even if they did,
Alcohol consumption in
Abi.
it's supposed to be.
But let us even start from.
And how
Sorry, don't.
I saw it wasn't child abuse. I'm trying to look for the word.
Abuse. There was abuse, yeah.
No, that's not abuse. That's That's
Okay. So, so
the
did you see a video about what we're talking about?
that's
So for
not
those of the
abuse.
people who didn't see it,
It's
there's
a
a video
crime.
that has gone viral where there are about 3 or 4 students in an Islamic school who were beaten, flogging, maiming, and basically, I don't know.
That's
I-
not beating, no. You pull. Let's be calling the word properly. That is not beating.
You know why you are talking about like this? See, you have never been to Ilekeu, and if you have been to Ilekeu, they have whipped you 2 or 3 times. You won't even see that special. You see one thing about religion.
But does he make it right?
Wait,
No, he's not saying that. It's
Let
not saying
me
it's
tell you
right.
something about religion.
It's not saying it's right.
What religion has done to humanity a lot of times you can't even believe it.
Yeah.
Look at what Canada currently has been going through, bringing evidences of what religion has done to the indigenous people in Canada. I'm sure you've been reading all about it the last 6 months. The same thing you can also translate into Islam or any other religion as well. You see, when people commit themselves into religious platform, there is likelihood of abuse. Not even just even religion. People covet power a lot.
Yeah.
And they can use any cover to be able to perpetrate whatever
it is they want.
Yeah, whatever they want. So, and religion is one of them. You can't question them. They can lean on anything. They can leech on anything, and they can inflict any kind of pain, traumatic, mental, physical, on anyone. So, for me, a lot of times I don't really blame those people most times. I actually blame the parents or the associates. For instance, I've never believed in being religious. I go to church, I do my normal thing. But when I see that you're going way of fundamentalism, I light. You see, religion is a personal thing between you and your God.
Yeah.
So now telling somebody because they've gone to go and meet some people, they are kafiri, they are infidels, they are all that. Those are the fundamentalist part of religion that is putting all of us in problem today. What are we seeing with Islam, with Boko Haram, with Islamic State?
Yeah,
Now,
I agree.
look at what happened in Afghanistan, for instance. Islamic State, bombing other. I mean, like they said, they are Shiites and all that. It's just unbelievable. You claim to serve one
You
God.
would, you would
But-
expect
but
that
basically,
after the Taliban
you're
came in,
basically
all those
killing
things
your
will
brother.
stop. Yeah.
Exactly. You claim to be serving one God, the same God, and at the end of the day, you're killing each other for that God that you can't even, you don't even show.
Like, it
the
doesn't
love
even
is-
make any sense.
Yes.
It
So-
doesn't make any sense.
So, Yomi, I'm glad that you brought out that aspect of how a lot of physical discipline assault.
That's the word I've been trying to look for. Thank you. It is, it doesn't.
I know it doesn't.
It is assault, like complete assault.
It's an assault.
If you go to a place like Ijora in Lagos, Ijora is a massive, sprawling, neighborhood where you have people of the low income earners, and there are lots of, in all those places you find religion,
Yes, yeah.
If you go to people who are challenged, people who are poor and all that. So if you go to Ijora, for instance, there are many Nikil there. You will see them, running through the Quranic recitation and all that. And you see one man who takes delight in just using the cane to flog children. And so sometimes I've engaged one or two of them. Believe me, I just say, come on, what do you enjoy in teaching them? I say, I'm a born on it. What are they
Yeah,
doing?
it's funny that this thing that you're
I can't
saying,
comprehend it.
I have quite a number of Muslim friends who tell you that they actually ran away from these things because of the beating, because of the assault. And when you now think about it, and I'm of the opinion that if you keep doing a particular thing for a long period of time and it's not working, shouldn't you find another way? For heaven's sake, we're in 2021.
This is what I actually wanted to say.
See, just one more time.
No, fine.
Now, I come from a Muslim family, but my dad never allowed us to go to Lake because he strongly resented that beating.
The way
I'm
they
talking about
did.
the 70s. My dad felt that if you want people to recite the Quran, you want them to,
It shouldn't be by force.
You cannot be beating them.
Yeah.
As early as the 70s, my dad said, no
way.
And we're Muslims. But so, you see, you just give power to people who just feel like they want to torment people. That is the only way to learn. Some actually believe that the easiest way for people to learn is to be beaten.
So, and this is what I wanted to address. When this video hit social media, Twitter especially, I started going through comments and all of that, and I was checking profiles. And some of the people who were responding were Muslims, and they were condemning this act. They are real Muslims. They have also gone to madrasas. They have gone to Ile Kewu, like we call it in the southwest part of Nigeria. But they will tell you that it was not like this in their own part of the world.
It was.
No, not in the southwest.
Oh, okay.
So I came to a reasonable conclusion that once again we have allowed our own regional biases and our cultural biases to seep into religion.
Always.
That's the problem. For Christians, it's the same thing. You find that, oh, this is what the Bible says. But people will bring their Yoruba
Sunday school.
or their background, and
If you
they use
you don't
it
know your memory verse,
in a religious setting.
Even outside of the Sunday school, you will still see like head of the choir or whatever.
yes,
praying,
sir.
praying on females. And see, people use a lot of their mental health issues to perpetuate a lot of evil
I agree.
religion.
Exactly.
So I would not want to limit it to just the madrasas.
No.
So-
It's
so
a
if the government is actually intent on stopping some of these things, the first thing they have to do is to let people be out of poverty. Believe me, if you go to countries like United Arab Emirates, Qatar, and all that, it's not that they don't have their own issues, but if you see, you would love to be a Muslim.
yeah.
If you go to those countries, you know why you would love to be a Muslim? Even when you're fasting, when you want to break your fast, you see the right is you want to fast, somebody will fast. But here, you want to fast, they are telling you to eat eba, and then when you want to break your fast, you drink oki. Or
It's a very
understand?
sad thing. We know
Yeah.
that as of this morning now, the Kwara state government had suspended the person. They said they were investigating this, and I don't know why there's an investigation. There's a video anyway.
They will come out and
They
start
say-
another magic.
Also, you know why nothing would probably happen?
Nothing will
Because
happen.
now it has now said that it has been said the father of the female student, out of the 4 of them, the only female, had come out to say that he actually supports the flogging of his daughter.
Do you know why that father is patronizing one afar?
Yes.
See, those things, they're cultural.
Yeah,
It's a
I
mixture
agree.
of culture, like you said, the culture, the religion, and it comes from the background knowledge of ignorance.
It's
Like I
it's
said,
ignorance. I agree
It's
with you.
ignorance. If you go to Saudi Arabia, you see the way they practice Islam. You would love to be a Muslim, even if you're a Christian. Nobody's gonna flog your child.
Yeah, it's funny because
All
also
these poor countries like Afghanistan, Yemen, and co, who hold Islam like
it's
die.
life is about to
Yeah.
end. Yeah,
Yeah.
Muslims,
they're the ones who
the
are
Muslim
fanatical and all that.
rights concern Murik. So not surprised that they always have something to say.
Those ones.
They had justified the flogging of students. They had said that they do not agree with the fact that the beating is excessive, but they feel that there's nothing wrong in discipline.
Going forward, please leave those Murik. Just leave them. They live in the
I
past.
try as much as possible not to.
They live in the
I-
past. Just move forward.
I don't even want to
Like,
like.
I think they live in the past. Most of their thinking are cake and don't see.
It's
With modern realization, they have not
Yeah.
even conformed with the first.
Well, yes,
Either we like it or not, the world is moving. You can't take people back to the 15th century.
We can't
That's
go
the
back.
truth.
We can't continue
We
like
cannot.
this. We definitely
So,
can't.
if anybody wants to go back and he feels that they need some 50 virgins and whatever, it's their choice. You know?
honestly,
So that's the point.
honestly,
Go to Saudi Arabia and see Muslims. You want to be a Muslim. What are you talking about?
we
Not
need
these poor
we
who
need
are
to
doing-
get to a point where, like you pointed out now, we respect everybody's decisions, especially when they are adults. You want to be a Christian, be a Christian. You want to be a Muslim, be a Muslim. You want to be an Ifa worshipper.
Yeah.
Oh, please go
Orunmila,
ahead.
please go ahead.
That's
It is
it.
your life.
Yes.
Nobody should try to project their own fears and their own traditions and cultures on the next
And
man.
force anything on
Don't
you.
Force,
force anything
yeah,
on
that's it.
anybody.
Adults, let them decide.
Allow adults to make up their minds. However, you are governed by the laws of the land,
Of course, which is
which is actually superior and supersedes any other
Every
thing.
other thing.
Yes, you can come at me with your Bible. I don't
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
It's fine. You can say your Quran. Say, I don't. No problem. But you do know
It's a
that the
criminal
laws of
offense.
the land
supersedes
supersede
every
those.
other thing.
Absolutely.
And so, talking about the laws of the land, the Lagos State Commissioner of Police has come out to say today that he is going to deal ruthlessly with anyone or groups of persons involved in any protest in any metropolis of Lagos State. And this is coming from I don't know the news, if anybody has heard it, that there's going to be an NSAS anniversary protest. And now the Lagos State Commissioner of Police has said that he's not interested, that he's going to suppress any form of protest.
So the guy is telling the constitution and the constitution is wrong. Freedom of expression,
Okay.
freedom of protest.
I have a little a divergent view to that. And the thing is, we know that as much as I did read a little bit about how protests occur. Yes, it is our right. I know it's same is what everybody says. It's your right to protest and everything. But also there is a place where you have to get what's it called, approval for these things. Let's be honest with ourselves. 99.9% of the protests that happens these days, there's no approval for. That's one. Sorry. That's one. Two, this is the anniversary of something
right.
that we saw the amount of damage that was done in Lagos. Are we really serious? Are you shocked that Lagos State is not going to allow another protest in nearest future? That's if let's be honest.
Sorry.
It would.
I think you can't stop something. Yeah, it's an anniversary. So what you need to do is now to control. Okay, give them guidelines. If you are going to do this, is what is going to do. These are the things you must do. But you cannot stop people from expressing themselves.
Especially
They're expressing themselves in the way
with the security situation of that we have now in Nigeria. On this one,
But you cannot stop expression.
on this one, I'm sorry.
You can't.
Once it's
I
not
think-
done in a violent manner, it is
What
a
you
That's the
do-
thing. How are we sure it's not going
It's
to be
not
done
about
in
being sure, it's
You
about
control them, you give them
control
guidelines.
and then
That's the
also
thing.
making sure that they
Yes.
guide the protest and
Yes,
nobody
that's
is able to infiltrate.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Ah.
Don't let these people take over our lives.
Well, for me, it's been an emotional 12 months for me. I saw one of my posts. You know how Facebook will remind you? And I saw how I was posting NSAS on my profile. Me,
Everybody.
you know? NSAS. Now, by the way, SAS is back on the road, but they are not SAS anymore. It's the Nigerian police, and they are already harassing and extorting, and they are doing all sorts of nonsense on the road. I said it. Yes, Shola Rogers, I said it. They are out there. I saw them today. I see them all the time. People, the same things that we protested for, they are back. But guess what? I've had a lot of arguments. Even me and Yomi, we've gone head to head more than a million times. We eventually arrived at the same position because we're looking at it from different angles, but the same thing. NSAS, the protest, is not a bad thing to talk about and discuss. The fallout is the issue. The over-politicization of the protest. Politicians virtually hijacked something that could have changed Nigeria. The Nigerian youth came out and spoke with one voice. Sadly, even constitutionally and otherwise, I'm not a youth anymore. But I still see myself as one. They spoke with one voice. Sadly, they did not have experience to navigate those murky waters because politicians had somehow infiltrated their ranks.
It's silence.
Do we still have police brutality? Yes. Go check on social media. One guy was abducted by the police 4 days ago for 3 days. So there's pictures of missing people all over now. And the guy went there and wrote it there on Twitter. He said, go and check a police station. The guy is probably dead. That's what they did to him. Our problems have not gone away. They have skyrocketed. They have tripled. Protest or the right to associate is a human right that should not be denied. However, I am afraid. This is me. Trust me. I have been misread. I don't mind. We can't be perfect. I am afraid that the politicians will hijack this anniversary again. The Nigerian youth once again have a right to speak their mind. But they must be careful of those sharks that are lurking around them, who want to use this situation for political gains. 2023 is on the front burner. That's my fear. So, there are laws governing protest, but they are spontaneous protests. This is not one of them. This is planned. If you cannot hit the streets, can you hit your Zoom and your spaces and all your technological platforms to speak about this event and come up with a white paper or 2 or 3? Honestly, you don't need. Technology has done a lot for us. During the lockdown, life did not stop. Life changed. I am afraid that if we hit the streets, it will be hijacked. The streets are always angry. I keep saying this. And
Not even now.
yeah, you know, especially with the inflation.
Yeah. Not even
This
now.
inflation that we're experiencing now, no scientist can explain it. Nobody can tell me.
But Shola, you see, one of
So,
the ways that I think this could have been done, nobody needed to wait for this October. There is supposed to be a thorough engagement,
A proactive engagement right
which
now.
is that, not even now. It should have been done.
It
like
should have
6
been
months ago.
from
Months,
Come
months.
up with a comprehensive
Yeah,
strategy.
exactly.
Some of those who were like tacitly the face of the protest, trickling it down for some kind of reconciliatory.
Like a structure.
Yeah, like a structure, reconciliatory messages and meetings and all that, engaging them and letting them know that okay, these are the things that
this
we're
is
trying.
where
But you see, we thrive in the midst of people trying to use power to intimidate. First and foremost, I follow the commissioner of police or whoever came up with that. That was unconstitutional. First and foremost, you should know that. What I was expecting them to do was to be prepared before today, to engage young people who are basically calling for an intervention for their existence. Their existence is being threatened by the system. That's the truth. We talked about the policemen still doing all that. Yeah. So what they're asking for is protect us. I know of someone that we gave a job to Wasiu on the to do a digital media something for us. You remember?
Yeah.
And the guy said one of the things that he enjoyed to do with MSAS was that now he could go around with his computers and do work. He said he told us how much he's paid, that he naturally pays in every month, trying to go to a client with his computer and all that. And they will deliberately, these SAS guys will hang up one allegation against you.
Against
and
you,
they don't
another.
collect small monies. He said this normal police that you are now saying they are still on it. He said those ones, when you give them 100 naira, 500, it's fine, they will collect and go their way. He said those ones SAS, they will ask you to go to ATM, go and withdraw 10,000, 20,000. Do you understand? That was one of the achievements of the last NSAS protest. But now, you see, we need to get to a point where the government is also more engaging. Look at everywhere. Look at it globally. Artificial intelligence, the way the world is going at a very fast pace. And we have a group of people, a young generation that is very, they're restless. They want to work. Some don't want to work. Have you provided them opportunities to work? Have you given them the chance? Everybody is saying they're doing BP Nigeria and whatever. Is it not what you give them that they're going to work with?
I think
It is the
I
platform you
think
give to them.
the major problem right now is when you say NSAS, who can we attribute to NSAS? Who has owned up to it? We did this, we done this. There has not been a group that actually came out to
That's
say,
the
okay,
thing.
we did this. So okay, there's a group that said that the government can now
Engage. I get.
Wasiu, no, I don't agree with you. There has been some groups,
There
individuals
was.
before the panel. No, Wasiu. You know one thing, Hence, there are victims, there are people.
I know there are victims.
They have
There are
identified those
victims.
people, Wasiu. They have identified those
No,
people.
no, I get what he's saying is that who are you actually
There's no
going to
phrase.
sit down with?
There's no
And
phrase to
what I'm-
engage.
Wasiu, what I'm
So at the
saying
end of the
is-
day, when there's really nobody to talk to,
There
I kind of
is,
agree
there
with
is.
you. I don't.
That's what I
Okay,
feel.
guys.
If the government
Okay,
wants to
you know.
get a result, they know how to get it.
Yomi Kuku,
They know
Wasiu,
how to get it.
Yomi
That's what I just
Kuku,
feel.
No, I
Wasiu,
don't,
and Dolupo.
Don't play advocate.
I'm not doing that. We say that at the boom bar, we don't just criticize, we prefer solutions. So I'm going to trade at 3 of you because anybody's allowed to do it in the bar anyway. With your kind permission, Dolupo, and the rest of you here, I'm going to ask you, if you were President Muhammadu Buhari, if you were Sanwo-Olu, Governor of Lagos, His Excellency, what would you do at a time like this? Based on all the things that were said 1 year ago and that has been said in the last 12 months, what would you do? What would you do? What is the solution?
For me, first, I will analyze the whole situation.
Yes.
In terms of get people and everything, get to the bottom line. Now start analyzing and now start getting, okay, who are the major perpetrators of this thing? So from analysis, I'm going to get people and now engage them. Because, like I said, there has not been a group or whatever or persons that say, okay, fine, we did this. But you can always, okay, fine, investigate and get the people. After getting the people, you can now engage and say, okay, let's talk.
And we come with solutions. You mean?
Shola, there were people already. You know who that girl is, Rinu.
You mean, what would you do?
That's what I was saying. There are people identified already. You know Rinu, you know Eromosele. They are popular people now. We should not pretend. They are somehow tacitly the face of the child.
You would engage them.
Engage them. I will now use them as the face of saying we want to interface with the younger generation because we want to give them a future. Now something has happened. We cannot keep talking about that. We need to move on because we are all endangered. We know there are ops on the sideline. The politicians who want to take advantage, who are still hell-bent on seeing that, yeah, Nigeria goes into chaos, so they can take advantage of that, make money, sell ammunition, throw Nigeria into, chaos. Yeah, I will now take on the Renus of this world, the Eromoseles, and do identify some other ones and will say, sit down, let us talk. What are the things stopping the progress of your generation? Like business, supporting their businesses or whatever aspiration they have, and then making Nigeria conducive and attractive for young people to stay back. Every day you go online, you'll see young people living en masse. That is the future of the country. So we all know what the problem is. We all know it.
Okay.
We don't have time for your own solution.
No, I'm not even going to tell you because what is in my head, nobody wants to hear. But anyway, thank you for nobody wants to hear it. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow. It was the boom bar today. It was very interesting. Plenty of gist. We'll be back again tomorrow. There was a lot of gist, but we couldn't get to it. Anyway, before we go, President Buhari has said that Lagos-Ibadan Expressway at Second Niger Bridge will be fixed before 2023. Amen to that. On that note, that's all. He's going back to Daura when you think about it, though. But anyway, goodbye before we start another conversation. Bye bye.
Don't we have added time?